Hey, Beebs. So after giving pretty much your whole life to this shit, homie, to the gangs, to the politics, to the game, being honorable, still came out GP, even though that doesn't really matter. But let's just put it out there, homeboy. And doing all this time and take care of business, was it worth it?
Like in an aspect, I could say yes
Okay,
because it was something that I strived for. Like ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to prison. Like it's a shame, and it's a shame to say it, but I knew that one day I was gonna end up there. Like I knew one day I was gonna be chilling in the day room playing dominoes with a bunch of motherfuckers like that. And it's sad. It's
right.
sad because I should have been saying, hey, one day I want to end up in fucking college. One day I want to end up fucking a land of triple digit fucking job. But my mentality was so stupid that I was like, one day I want to be in the fucking pinta with the homies and I want to fucking do the damn thing. And when I actually did the damn thing, when I lived the damn thing, I seen what the damn thing was about. I was like, I can't badmouth the homies, I can't badmouth the game, I can't badmouth the cause,
Okay,
but I could badmouth the way that you get there, the way that you end up, the way that you feel when you get there. Like instead of feeling like you won a fucking marathon, you feel like you won fucking some bullshit from McDonald's in one of those little scratcher monopolies. Like you're still getting something, you're still
right.
gonna get a free cheeseburger, you're still gonna get fries, you still have that winning ticket. It's like going to fucking the chocolate factory. You got a
Right.
golden ticket, but you might get something and you might get fucking not get nothing. So at the end I can say that I learned a lot. It gave me a lot of good experiences as far as bad experiences also. But I just wish I would have knew the outcome before I got to where I got. And like I said, some people never have hard experiences in prison at all. Some people go do a year and then keep going doing a year and they go to fire camp and nothing happens to them. They never see something.
Right.
But it's those one that's like one in a million case. There's cases where shit gets fucked up, you know? And eventually those people end up getting knife, you know? So I actually am glad that I went through all these kind of things because all the pain, all the fucking trauma, all the fucking stabbings, all the fucked up shit made me really think like what the fuck is this? Like what the fuck what am I doing? Like it made me think because in the end, like the only person who lost was me.
Yeah.
Like I'm out here, but I don't feel free. I don't feel like I don't like it's a Saturday and I should feel like, hey, I want to call a friend, I want to call my girlfriend, I want to do this. But instead what I'm doing is I'm just sitting at home alone. And that's what my days are, just alone. I don't socialize with people, I don't call people, I don't go to kickbacks, I don't do nothing. I'm just
I,
more of
I'm
an
I'm
isolated
I'm
person.
sure it's very hard for you to trust people,
Oh fuck yeah. I don't trust nobody. That's why I don't even have friends.
right?
I don't have friends. Like I the last friend that I had was my homeboy Risky. That's it. And that was like I was maybe 13 years old, 12 years old.
Oh fuck.
And that's the thing. In prison, you have camaradas, like you have homies, and they get closer to you than me getting closer to them because I can't open up to somebody like that. I
But
can't
but even in there, homie, those ain't your friends. You know that.
e- exactly because
Yes.
rule number one is your friend is the guy who's gonna fucking stab you.
There you go,
Your
homie.
friend is the guy who's gonna throw you under the bus. Your friend is gonna be like, hey, I didn't want to get high. He did. That's it's a fucked up game. It's a
Th-
fucked up game in an aspect where there's a lot of pieces that can't be controlled. It's like you can only make a puppet do so many fucking tricks, before his leg starts fucking falling apart. What are
Right.
you gonna do? Now you got a puppet with one fucking leg, And who the fuck wants to see one puppet with one leg? Nobody.
Right. But
So what do? You gotta throw away
I,
that fucking puppet.
I think, but I think what you are and you're gonna become, hopefully, homie, is you're the vessel that came back from there, from that fucking journey that we all thought we wanted, especially the gangbangers. All the homies that were gangbangers you know, we're striving for what you did, homie. We're gonna fucking go to YA. We're gonna go to the joint. We're gonna make a name for ourselves. We're gonna be respected with a big R, big old word, respected. And now you came back. It's like, yeah, I got respect, but it wasn't all it's cracked up to be,
Yeah.
homie.
Honestly, it's crazy because I could go to prison and I'm gonna get free sopas. I'm gonna get a bag of coffee. I'm gonna get a fucking cell phone call. Like, hey, homie, here, use my phone.
Uh,
But what? How the fuck am I gonna use that to get a good job on this? I can't put the fact that I'm in prison for 10 years, or I've been in prison for 20 years to
right.
get a better job. You know, that's not gonna land me a better job. I can't put that on my resume. I could use that on my prison resume. Like
Right,
that
of
that shit.
course.
But you know, I'm not gonna go to my job right now and be like, hey, I fucking done so many fucking pegadas. Give me a raise. You can't say that kind of shit.
Put me up in the totem pole, homie. Put me in management. Put me in management because I booked this fool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what? I want to be the supervisor of the department because I've done so many hits. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You know, and it's funny, but it's
No,
true.
no, you know it. No, like homies can sit there and fucking laugh about it, but it's some straight fucking life or death type shit. But yeah, it's fucking true, brother.
And see, this is why I always tell people: you want to go to prison, you want to do this, but what are you gonna do when that number gets called? What are you gonna do when you see something go under your door?
There you go,
What are you
homie.
gonna do when something? And you know, maybe you get lucky and nothing ever happens to you. What are you gonna fucking do when a fucking riot kicks off? And a riot is something that's intense. It's nonstop fucking shooting, violence at the max. How are you? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you're gonna have to fight a black person and maybe you kick it on the streets with black people? You know, like what are you gonna do?
Hey,
You
hey,
just have to follow
we,
protocol.
we've had that conversation, and I can feel you want to express it. Uh, were you ever racial out on the streets? Were you ever racial in prison? What was your take on homies, you yourself, maybe personal, and African Americans getting along?
Okay, so as far as African Americans, I can say this. My thing is like I love black women. Like I love black women because that's my preference. But
Okay.
I'm with Mexican girls. But you know, black girl come around, I'll fuck around. And most people will be like, I'll never do that. Motherfucker, stop lying. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as being racist, like I never really considered myself racist. I only did what I was told. Like I was raised to be like, oh, the blacks, that's the enemy, fool. Like, and like off the record, on the like off the book, is the reality is like I didn't really even know why we hated them. Like I didn't know why I had to fucking do what I did, but I did because that was my job. I had to do like if your job tell you go for the bathroom, you're not clean the fucking bathroom. You know,
Right.
they tell you, hey, go do this. You're like, okay, do my job. You know, and it's crazy because most people most people do hate people, you know, like Compton, they have racial wars.
Right.
I actually had good experiences with black people, you know. And there was one time in particular where there was somebody from a gang, you know, his name was Spider. I won't say what gang he's from, but his name was Spider. And he was like a big dog for these fools.
Right.
And so there's a big old riot. And you know, riots, it's everything goes. You
Right.
know, I guillotine, whatever the fuck you gotta do, you gotta do.
Right.
So shit's cracking off hard between us and the black. And I see Spider. He sees me, and this fool just turns around. And I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing? So I fucking, you know, look at him and I'm just like, the fuck just happened? But I'm already older and we're in prison, so I don't realize it. He was
Right.
my friend from YA. Like I knew him from the halls, I knew him from YA, and I was actually in Folsom with him
Right.
when a big old riot cracked off. And I see him and he just looks at me and looks away and he starts going at it with some other homies. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's going at it with the homies, whatever. You know, he's doing his thing, I gotta do my thing. So I start fighting with the other blacks on this side. We all get handcuffed and we all go to the shoe, everything, right? So the thing about me in prison is like I'm sober, like I have a lot of time to think. And I'm sitting in my cell and I'm just like, why the fuck did that fool not stab me? Like, why the fuck did he not trip on me? And I'm sitting in my fucking bunk and I'm just like, this motherfucker thinks I'm his friend. Like I must be his friend. Like, and I'm like, damn, let's just
Uh,
imagine this person. Like for him to do that, that's
yeah.
like a noble act. Like, cause he could have easily ran up on me and stabbed me.
Yeah, of
Could
course.
easily fucking like been like, hey, let's get this fool. He turned his attention to somebody else. He's still doing his job, but he's just bending,
Right,
in
right,
between. And I respect him for that because you know what? He stood for what he believed in. Even though it might not have been right on my books or somebody else's books and
right.
people might disagree on it. At the end of the day, a real friend is hard to come across because
Oh
me and him,
yes,
we,
brother.
we would talk for hours. I would talk to that fool when we were in juvenile hall every night. And he would tell me about his family and his problems, about his brother joining his gang. And he actually told me something crazy. Like one day he goes, you know what? I wish I would have never fucking joined my gang.
Mm.
And I'm like, why, fool? Like, you're the gang leader, fool. Like, this fool was only 13 years old, and this motherfucker was running his hood. Like, he was active,
Smart
you
guy.
know? Yeah. And I'm like, why would you want to not have that?
Yeah.
And he goes, because I know where I'm going to end up. And I'm
Oh,
like, what do you mean, fool?
yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to end up in the joint or dead. And I get out of the joint and I hit up his brother, right? And his brother's named Bone. And he goes, hey, I was like, what's up with Spider, fool? And he got. And I'm like, what do you mean, fool? And he goes, he had just got out, he had got a job, and they got him. And I'm just thinking, like, damn, this fool at 13 years old already knew his own destiny, though. Like,
That's
he knew he was gonna get fucked.
wow.
That's
Wow.
crazy, huh? But he still
Yeah,
wrote it out.
brother.
He was still a writer. He was still a gangster. This fool climbed to the top of the game for the black.
Yeah, but dude, that just hearing his story, hearing how far ahead of the game was, that's the kind of youth that could have been anything in life if he wasn't put in
Oh,
that
could
position.
have. This fool was so fucking smart. He was a smart ass. I love to read, and every day he'll be like, "Send me another book," or. And he didn't have money or nothing. So my mom, when we go to visiting, like I would never let the homie see it in YA,
Right.
but I
Oh,
would tell
well,
my mom, "Hey," because I couldn't give him nothing. I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
give
yeah,
him
yeah,
anything,
yeah, yeah.
you
It's
know. But my mom would look out for that fool. My mom would give him like a pizza, because that fool didn't have no visitors like that,
is his
you know.
brother still around? Do you know?
I don't know, man. I haven't heard from that fool in years.
We're gonna have to after this is over with. We're gonna have to go off camera, talk about it, and try to fucking find his brother, homie. That'd be some crazy shit.
That fool, but he got into heavy drug using, so maybe he might not be.
Yeah, but who knows
Because
what
just
happens after so
imagine
many
your
years?
brother, that was like his role model. We were both in YA, and that was his
Yeah,
role model. And for him to end up like that, like that's like somebody killing the president. That's how he looked
yeah,
at it.
brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. So that was it. That was his younger brother or his older brother, one that passed away.
So Spider was the big one, and the other one was the little one. Bone was the little one.
Oh, fuck, dude. Hey,
Yeah.
so let's tell the members, homie. I see ink incarcerated on your shirt there. What's up with that? That's your
Yeah.
brand or
So
what?
that's my brand right there, incarcerated. So pretty much, me and a couple of my old friends from work, we have different aspects. We all come from different walks of life. But at the end of the day, somebody always has a family member that's been in jail. Somebody
Yeah.
has a friend. Somebody. The jail system not only affects the people that are in jail, but out of jail.
Yes, sir.
So I started this brand because it's like I told them like, hey, you know what? Like we should make a statement to the what prison does to people, the good and the bad. Because some people come out good.
That's
Some
right.
people come out with new trades. Some people become plumbers. Some people become air conditioner people. But then there's that big majority that become junkies, that
Yeah.
become fucking, you know. So it's like a way of giving back to the family. My ultimate goal, honestly,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put it out there,
Let's do it.
is to one day, once we start getting good with the brand and everything goes good, is giving back. Like give back to the communities that we took from. Even
That's
though
right.
I'm not from Compton, I have friends from Compton.
That's
Drop a
right,
little
homie.
feather right there.
That's
Give
right.
back to the community. I feel like as much as we took, we should give back. And I feel like let's say a little money is not gonna give this mom her son back,
Right.
but it's gonna let the mom know, hey, you know what? Your son's life mattered. Your son didn't die in vain, or your son didn't become a drug addict for nothing. Like we can help people, you know. Like I feel I look at the big picture. Like when I was little, you know, I wanted to go to prison, and that was the big picture. Now
Yeah.
my big picture has expanded more. Now I instead of like I want to hurt somebody or get over on somebody and manipulate somebody, like I want to help somebody. I want to be like, hey, you know what? Like, what's up with you? Like, hey, what do you gotta say? You know, and everything about it, it's incarcerated. You know, the little fingers, the brand, and every single shirt has a different conviction that I've been busted for in the back of the t-shirt. You know,
So,
so it's cool, you know.
so where can we find these shirts, homie?
Okay, so there's a Facebook incarcerated clothing, and then there's Instagram incarcerated clothing. You know, go follow and like the stuff, and we have our own website. We'll ship it out to you. You know, and like I said, my ultimate goal is like I'm not trying to sit here and get rich and all that shit. Like I honestly just want to give back to the people that I took from, or the people that somebody else has took from. You know,
Yeah, brother.
because incarcerated is like not just one person, it's everybody. You know,
Families
because you
after
could be in
families.
drugs incarcerated, you could be in an abusive relationship and you feel incarcerated.
There you
You
go.
know, the word itself is a lot.
That's right. Well, Beeves, we'll take another episode. All I want to do is tell my members, thank you for becoming members of the channel. Make sure to go get some fucking merch from Beaver, man. Beaver's definitely making a difference here in the community. Period, man. I know it's you may not think it is yet, Beaver, but with or without the shirts, with or without, you're making a difference, homie, because you're taking a big step and speaking about stuff that a lot of guys just don't have the balls to speak about, brother. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Carnal, and we'll be catching you later, homeboy.